Hey everyone, I've had a lot going on lately, but I just wanted to quickly share my thoughts on the Season 2 premiere of The Legend of Korra. This isn't really an in-depth review or anything, this is just me rambling for a bit. Anyway, Season 2 picks up 6 months after the Season 1 finale, and right away it shows how everyone is moving on with their lives. Bolin is still doing pro bending, but with completely new teammates, and they suck. They are clearly setting this up as something he can walk away from at any moment, and he does. We see that Mako is now a motorcycle cop, and that's the last time that he's interesting during the premiere. Seriously, what happened? I liked Mako in Season 1, but now he doesn't have any personality, he doesn't contribute anything, he's basically just there to go, "Don't worry, Korra, everyone supports you. Now I'm going to hang out in the background." And okay, I realize a lot of people were divided on the love triangle from Season 1. Personally, it didn't really bother me, but I understand why people didn't like it. And objectively, one of the biggest problems is that it was never made clear why Korra and Mako like each other. Now realistically, that kind of stuff happens. People fall in love and you can't always explain why, but when you're trying to tell a story, that's really frustrating for the audience, and it often leads to situations like this where now the characters are in a relationship and one of them has nothing to do. But aside from that, we also see that Asami's business is failing now that her father's in prison and no one wants to deal with them anymore. Now I really like that. It seems like a natural problem that would come up, and it also provides a setup to meet her new business partner later. Now I thought this guy was going to be really annoying at first, but he ended up being hilarious. He's this really eccentric dude, and when we first meet him, he's pretending to perform a magic trick where he thinks he's levitating, and of course everyone's clapping and kissing his ass, and Bolin is the only one who calls him out on it, like, nothing happened, you were just kind of sitting there. And again, you think this guy's gonna be an asshole, but then he just goes, "Oh, why didn't anyone tell me? Now I look like an idiot." That character was actually very overwhelming, but I strangely want to see more of him. He was a lot of fun. But finally we get to Korra, who's still training with airbending, and apparently she has her other bending abilities again, which, I don't know, maybe I misunderstood something. At the end of Season 1, Amon took her bending away, but accidentally opened up airbending for her. Then Aang showed up and unlocked her avatar state and also gave her spirit bending. Now, I was under the impression that she could only use her other bending abilities while in the avatar state, but she would still need to work on being able to use them normally again. So either I was wrong and Aang pressing her reset button also gave her the other bending abilities back, or they set up a major crisis at the end of Season 1 and then resolved it off screen. And if that's the case, then I'm really not sure how to feel about it. Now on one hand, it seems like a lazy way to deal with that situation, but I also have to admit I really wasn't looking forward to seeing her have to repeat Aang's journey and relearn all the other bending types. So this helps save a bit of screen time from that. But the main story here is that angry spirits are beginning to attack people, and meanwhile Tenzin wants to take Korra around to teach her more about airbending and being the avatar. So right away, I like seeing more of Tenzin's family, I like seeing more of Korra's family, and I like seeing more of the outside world. We're basically getting everything that was missing in Season 1, and that's a good thing. I also like the design of the spirits. They reminded me a lot of Princess Mononoke, and I like how Korra's uncle brings up the issue that, these spirits are becoming a problem. As the avatar, it's your job to deal with that, and no one's really taught you how to do that yet. By the way, how can you not tell that Korra's uncle is going to be the bad guy? Yes, the Southern Water Tribe must accept Miyazaki Jesus as their savior, and you're going to help me do that, Korra. You and my soldiers. So we'll see how that goes. But what didn't I like? Some of the characters acted stupid just for the sake of the story. Like when Tenzin gets his ass kicked by the angry spirit, he sees that Korra's uncle knows how to bring it back to a state of peace, actually goes up to thank him for it, but then it never occurs to him that maybe someone really should be teaching Korra how to do that. He just goes right back to saying, "No, we're going to learn more about airbending," because airbending did so fucking well in that situation. And at the same time, I really don't like how Korra just straight up fires Tenzin. I mean, I thought they had gotten to a point where they could work out their differences, but this time they have a relatively minor argument and she just goes, "Fuck you, I don't ever want to see you again, even though you're technically my son and my ex-wife is sitting right over there, there's no way we can possibly resolve this." I don't know, it just seemed like such a cheap way to get Tenzin out of the scene. But after that, the thing that probably bothered me the most was that they made such a big deal about Korra's uncle teaching her how to pacify the spirits, and then he doesn't teach her anything. They go on a quest where she has to open a portal to the spirit world, but then her uncle just says, well, you're on your own. Like, dude, you didn't teach her the spirit dance thingy. So instead, she just kind of bumbles around until she figures, well, maybe if I go into the avatar state, something will happen. So whatever, that worked out somehow. The only other thing that happened that I haven't mentioned yet was yet another love triangle, this time between Bolin and Korra's cousins. Imagine if May from the original show had a twin brother. And yeah, they really seem like if Bolin hadn't come along, they would exclusively be spending time with each other, if you know what I mean. Now, I know I should probably trust the show to do the right thing eventually, but right now, I'm actually kind of worried that they're going to make it so that Bolin ends up with this girl. And I'm probably going to be pissed off if that happens. Now, granted, not as pissed off as I was about fart bending, but still. The only reason this kind of works right now is that it's being played for comedy, and it's already clear that Bolin doesn't want to be there anymore. If they actually turn this into a serious thing, I really don't know, especially after seeing what happened to Mako. I mean, please, just don't ruin Bolin. In fact, I think that's why a lot of people were rooting for Bolin and Korra to get together in season 1, because they had chemistry together. They're both fun and they have fun together, and it was just so nice to watch. I don't want to watch Bolin being miserable all the time. That sucks. But otherwise, I still think it's a good show. I'm still enjoying it, but right now there are some warning signs. Here's hoping for the next episode. Despite some of the things I said, I really am looking forward to it. I'll see you later.